What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of the Wiley Show. Listen, we're going to add on to the team, get some more moderators. You got to be active. If you're not active, you won't be a mod, okay? Don't ask me, do you want to be a moderator? Just be active in the chat. If you keep being active in the chat and very participating, then I will pick you to be a moderator, all right? You got to be active. Now, because we got 31,000. Now, we got a lot to discuss today. I'm not going to hold it up with a long intro because it's a lot of ish that's going on out here in the world. While we laughing and kikiing and ha-ha, the Supreme Court came back in another one. Today, they decided a majority decision, I believe 6. Wait a minute. Let me go to my website because we wrote it on the website here. They said no to the student loan forgiveness program. Everybody that was asking us, Wiley, what about the student loan forgiveness program? I told you it's up to the courts, and they decided. And today, the headline I came up with today, quote, the Supreme Court reject the President Biden student loan forgiveness program. The Supreme Court on today ruled against President Biden's plan to forgive student loan debt totaling a roughly $400 billion with a 6-3 majority. Okay, the Chief Justice John G. Roberts Jr. wrote the administration lacked the authority under the Higher Education Relief Opportunities for Student Act of 2003 to do so. This marked yet another decision from the Supreme Court that has been critical of the Obama administration expansive claims to power. The ruling is a major setback for those who hope for debt relief via this executive action. Nevertheless, President Biden has vowed to keep pushing for student loan forgiveness in other ways, and the Department of Education Secretary Miguel is already discussing different strategy. Remain to be seen if any of these will gain traction in the Supreme Court. In the meantime, students nationwide will continue to saddle with all this debt. Now, I tried to tell people, I said, why are we so concerned about these celebrity? It's a distraction. A lot of people is not politically engaged. My mother was in the kitchen. She was upset. But I asked my mother, I said, do you know who your senators are? No. Have you ever voted for senators? I can't remember the last time I voted, which the answer is no. Because we don't participate, a lot of us don't participate in every single election. Some of us don't participate in it all. We just had a brother on the show on yesterday, a historian on the show, actually got a degree in history, and he was telling us the importance of Congress and the importance of the Senate. Now, mind you, let's be crystal clear here. He was even telling me something to actually, and I learned something because I don't know everything. That's why I get smarter people on the show. He was saying, well, let me tell you how important Mr. Booker G. Washington we had on the show. Actually, he graduated from 2 HBCUs, right? He said, well, the Senate confirmed the judges, meaning if the president nominated a judge, if I'm President Wiley, I nominate somebody to do it, the Senate have to confirm it. But if the House of Representatives want to impeach a judge, because they have that right, their constitutional right, it goes right back to the Senate, and the Senate, it goes at trial. It's up to them to whether convict or not convict. So that's very important. Power lies in the House and the Senate, and it lies in the Supreme Court. Now, let me just tell you this. The Supreme Court, I honestly believe, conservatives have went to the drawing board. They said, oh my gosh, we've been doing this wrong. We need to look at the state elections, the state, and also we need to look at the court. We need to pack the court with conservative all the way back from when they did Brown versus the education. They said, oh my gosh, these black people getting all these rights because of the Supreme Court. These are activist judges. Wait a minute. we got to look at the court. We got to look at the Supreme Court. And it became so political and say, oh my gosh, we got to get some strong, red, deep red Republicans, right? And that's what they have. And also because of President Trump, he elected a lot of conservatives on the bench, and they're going to be on there for decades. As you can pretty much see, that we won't feel the effects of this for years to come. Now, President Biden, he also can expand the court, but I think that'll be kind of dangerous because if he don't get elected next time around, then the Republicans will go ahead and add on their people. But what President Biden can do as the president, it just freeze the student loan. Don't let nobody have to pay the debt. Just freeze it. Just continue to freeze it, okay? Just continue to freeze the student loan debt, period. Just continue to freeze it. You have that authority to continue to freeze. Not if you can't cancel it, just freeze it and say, okay, just completely freeze it. Or you could say, just completely freeze it and say, okay, we completely freeze it. And also Congress today, which they probably won't do it because y'all send down, y'all worried about Cardi B, they can write a bill and say, okay, we're going to write a bill to give to cancel the student loan debt for all borrowers that is in poverty that don't have less than $75,000. We will allow you all to, we will just cancel it. Okay. They can propose a bill, but y'all got to call y'all Congress people and tell them to propose that bill. And mostly some of y'all live in Republican districts. You can call your Republican representative and tell them to write the bill. Also call your Senate to make sure they pass a bill like that so it can go across President Biden's desk. But what President Biden can do today, he can just make an announcement and say, okay, we're going to continue to freeze. For the rest of my administration, you will not have to pay for your student loans. He can do that. He have already canceled all the way to the pandemic. It's been frozen under President Trump. Just continue that program, because you have that authority. Now, the people said, but why did they challenge this? Because they don't want, do you know who will really benefit? Of course, all Americans will benefit, right? But the majority, if you look at the statistics, it will benefit your brothers and sisters. Black and brown folks will benefit the most from this program, meaning that it will freeze up. It will freeze up more money where you can participate, become homeowners. You could probably have the seed money to start your business because you don't have to pay all of that student loan debt. You could do a little bit more to give you a hands up to be more in the middle class or be more in the upper class, right? Whatever how you look at that. But they don't want black and brown people to get any handouts, and they will let their own people suffer just to make us suffer. This is why you all got to pay attention what goes on in the political system and what's going on there. And I want to look, when I was looking at my counterparts, nobody is talking about the student cancellation. Nobody is talking about the Supreme Court. Nobody is talking. And another bill, all the gays, all you gays, all the little cunts, you know, they say cunty and all of that. The Supreme Court said it was a baker. Wait a minute, a web designer, baker or web designer. That he said it's against my religion to bake this cake or to do this website. To do this website for this gay couple. The Supreme Court said yes, that you have your religious freedom was violated because according to your religion, you don't have to do any work for honor that do any work for a gay couple. So that's setting back gay rights. So you better wake up and pay attention. So if you want a cake bake or a website bake, if you gay and I'm a strong Christian, if I don't want to bake that cake or make that website, I don't have to do it. Because the Supreme Court said it is my constitutional religious freedom that I don't have to do that because it's against my religion. This is going on in the Supreme Court. So while y'all talking about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice and Zeus Network, they are literally passing things that will hurt so many people. Okay? So many people. And a lot of people need to understand it's not that just people just voted for Trump. It was just people that don't vote for their Senate. They stay at home. And this is why Democrats got it right in Georgia. They fought really hard to get 2 senators in Georgia. Whatever Georgia did, they left a blueprint. They said, okay, black people, black voters matter. The One Georgia Project. Also, you also had Stacey Abrams. They said, okay, we actually going to put boots on the ground to educate voters and tell them to go to the polls and vote at huge numbers. They done that in Georgia. That's why Georgia, a southern state, got 2 Democratic senators. So this is what Democrats have to do nationwide. Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, they need to build the infrastructure to register voters and also encourage voters that's already registered to vote, because the Senate is very powerful. If I'm a conservative president, let's say I'm President Trump, and if you elect people that is not that conservative, they can balance that power and be like, Trump, we don't agree with this nominee. You got to go get somebody else. It will balance it out. But because we are so conditioned just to think president, we ignore the Senate. And most of them senators be in office way more than the president. Most people in Congress have been in Congress for decades more than the president. But we ignore those two biggest pieces. We just sit at home. It's not as sexy. The media don't promote it as much. They did it in Georgia. You know why they were so focused on Georgia? Because black folks said, hell no, we're going to be on the front lines. We're going to make sure that we get 2 Democrats to go out and to take over this state. They did that. Reverend Warnock, they did it also for the other senator there as well. They did that. And also your governor got a lot of power as well. So all the resources that the federal government give to the governor, give it to the state, the governor disperse the income. It's very powerful. Your state reps distinguish about, they draw out the maps and all of that. It's so important. That's why you got to vote in every election. That's why Democrats must listen to what the black folks in Georgia have been doing it and adopt that plan nationwide. You cannot allow to sit at home and no election. Now, I want to add on to this. You must research. I don't care if it's a Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, Green, whomever. You supposed to research the man or the woman before you come to a point of voting for that person. When I say research, if I'm running for office, you need to look at my history, look at what I was doing for nonprofit, look at what I was doing for my community, look at what I was doing if I was a state representative or if I was working in city council or if I was an activist. You need to look at what I was doing to get things done to help make the community a better place. And if I align with your values, then I should be the one you vote for. But you must research these candidates and make sure that that's the right man or woman for the job, because all of these candidates got a history. All you got to do is watch it, and you ain't got to leave your home because all of that data and information is on the internet. It's one click away, but you must do your research, and you as viewers must demand that these YouTubers talk about politics. And this whole crap they say, I don't talk about politics. You have to talk about politics, because if President Trump had his way, because he wanted to gut out Section 205, he wanted Congress to gut it out. If they gut out Section 205, that's the protection that social media companies are protected not to get sued because we are independent. If they gut that out tomorrow and say no more Section 2, do you know how that will affect you? It will be no more YouTube. You can't even do commentary because people ain't gonna go sue Wiley and Tasha. Cardi B, if there was no Section 205, no protection, Cardi could have sued YouTube directly. And you know what YouTube would have done? They would have settled, and they would have changed the rules that we couldn't talk about celebrities at all. Can't do no celebrity gossip. Because they would have been held to the same standard as a newspaper, meaning anything that we say on YouTube, YouTube will be legally responsible for what I say. Only thing that is stopping that is because of Section 205. They have a protection. It's a law that shields social media companies to not be held at the same standard as a newspaper, as the news, as mainstream news. If they gut that out and say, oh no, social media is held to that same standard, meaning that if I say something about Tasha K, she's not going to sue me because I ain't got it. She's going to sue Google because it's worth billions. And that will stop a lot of YouTubers from doing content. So my thing is to the people that are watching, you have to talk about politics. You have to be engaged. You have to encourage your people to vote. You have to talk about the election. You have to talk about what goes on in your state. You have to talk about it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just how that goes. They said, and so, and I have to just continue to go the great. And then also, I agree with you. He made an agreement, an agreement, but agreements are meant to be broken. We break agreements all the time. He have the president, he can break that agreement. They don't realize, and people in office have a lot of effect on that. They do. Everything that we do is an effect on our lives, and we must educate. I remember it was a YouTuber. He decided to go out and he wanted to get a computer. His computer crashed. He didn't even know that we was in a whole government shutdown, but he don't watch the news. All he's worried about, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, right? Boom. He went to the store was shut down because his governor said everything is shut down. We shutting everything down. All public places are shut down. He was shocked. I don't know what's going on. For the first time in a long time, he would start paying attention to what his governor of his state was talking about. But you don't watch the news. Only thing you watch is the Shade Room and Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. But you're small-minded because there's so much stuff going on that would affect your bottom line. You understand? You have to be engaged. Now, I'm not telling you to be just a political junkie. No, but you got to be aware of what's going on. You got to be aware of how government and how these agencies work. Because a lot of people say, oh, Brother Wiley, you need to run for mayor. Running for mayor is good, but you also got to have some major backup in City Hall because they the one that passed the ordinance. They the one that passed things in City Hall. They're powerful. If I'm the mayor, I have to have City Hall there because it balances my power. I'm not a dictator. This is a democracy. So it's levels to this. Is what I'm saying. So you have to understand the power and you have to vote locally, just like a lot of people, they were saying what's going on with the migrants coming to their town. Because if you had enough people that was literally saying, hey, we don't want this, if they say no, they won't be able, it will be a crisis. It won't happen. But because a lot of people do not vote for mayor, they're not voting in huge number for their city council person, and that's what they do. They get screwed in the long run. That's why people, it was a situation in Chicago at their park district where they were allowing people with disabilities to go to the park to do activities. They have to literally ship them miles away because they are using that park district, that field house for the migrants to sleep. So all you taxpayers that have your children with disability, they said, well, you can't be here. Y'all got to go somewhere else because this is for the migrants, so they can sleep and eat off your tax dollars. And y'all go somewhere else. I don't care if, you don't have no car. No. Well, you got to get there by walking. That's your business, but you got to leave. Okay? So that's why I'm saying when it comes to this particular situation, Democrats have to do a better job being vocal on all levels of government. Because what Republicans are, okay, y'all can take over the White House, but we got the Supreme Court. Meaning anything you pass, we're going to challenge it because we pretty much dominating on the state. We have so many conservative attorney generals. That's the top lawyer of the state. We're going to do nothing but challenge that. Oh, you want to do all that student loan forgiveness program? Oh, okay. All right. We're going to challenge that. And it's going to go all the way to Supreme Court. And we got all them judges up there, and they up there for life. We're going to strike that down. So the president, and they're going to negotiate, and because president negotiated, because he wanted to pass the debt ceiling, everything, he negotiated and said, well, we're going to resume the payments. Now he's getting screwed. He's in a hard place. But President Biden, you the powerful man on the planet, screw that agreement. We have made many agreements with many people, and we broke them agreements. The main agreement you had agreed with African America that we was you know what I'm saying? We were free. We were fully free when we were perfect and, and all that. And that agreement was broken. Never was we're not totally free anyway, but they broke it. They break agreements about African Americans every day. So why not break this agreement? But we shall see what President Biden is going to say before I come to judgment. I'm going to see what is his strategy. He's going to put into place. I know they said they're going to email me because we contact the White House press office. They said they're going to email me some stuff. So they're going to put out a press release to everybody. So I'm going to email it. So we shall see what is going to go on in the future. We will see what's going to go on in the future. But we will see. We will definitely see what will go on in this particular future. But I'm not shocked at all. Okay. And a lot of people said, right, the federal conservative judge that Trump appointed during his presidency will be there for decades. And Trump was very smart because his advisor said, don't elect nobody old. get them young, to the point some judges in their 30s and 40s. So if these judges will stay on the bench like Clarence Thomas has been there since the 90s, that probably will be on the bench all the way to 2040. My youngest brother, 2040, 2050, 2060. My youngest brother will be 50, 60 years old. I'll be in my 70s. That's how long they're going to be on the bench. So this is why it's important for you to vote. This is why it's important. Because I think people just look at president. No, it's not just, that's a part of the puzzle, but that's not the full puzzle. You got to vote for every piece. You have to. Voting does matter, but you have to vote for the right person. You have to. So when this situation came up, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. And then when the gay couple, when it went to court, the Supreme Court, I'm not shocked that the conservatives stood by the business. I'm not shocked at all. And so there's many other decisions, but these are like big decisions, right? Very big decisions. Affirmative action is like, oh no, you cannot use race as a factor. So now a lot of colleges, for some colleges that never wanted black people to be in the college, of what they're celebrating it. Some colleges that wanted to be diverse, it's confused because I'm like, well, what do we do? How do we distinguish if we get a black student that got a 4.0 GPA or a white student with 4.0 GPA? What other factors do we look at? So it's going to be very, very challenging how they're going to display that. And then a lot of HBCU presidents, they're like meeting with their boards because they know they're going to get an influx of applicants. But the thing with a lot of those HBCUs, a lot of them don't have the dorms to house these people. It's a lot of it is raggedy. Some of these campuses are run down in desperate need of repair. So they don't even have a lot of the infrastructure to bring in those students because a lot of them have been deprived of resources for decades. So they can't have an influx of 4,000 more students or 5,000 more students. It will bankrupt them because they couldn't accept them anyway, because a lot of the students cannot afford to get an apartment off campus. They have to live on campus. But a lot of the campuses can't house, they only can house a certain amount, even though they have the space, but have the space you can't utilize because it's raggedy and dry riding. So it's all around. So you're going to see the effects of, you may not see it this next round, you may see it in the next 2 years. You're going to see the effects of this. Okay. All right. So that's how that goes. So again, we're gonna allow you all. I don't know if anybody want to come on and give their opinion about this. So I open up the phone lines for this particular segment, because if you do want to call in, I know some people don't. I understand some people that already paid their student loan debt, that they feel like, well, I feel like it's unfair for other folks to get their debt wiped clean when I didn't pay my debt off. So I understand that argument. And some people that didn't went to college saying, well, if y'all cancel their student loan debt, they made that decision to get in debt. Can you cancel my mortgage? You know what I'm saying? Or can you cancel this for me? Because technically they made that decision to go to college. They knew they couldn't afford it. Why get all them loans and stuff like that? And they getting freedom just because they went to college. So that situation is coming up. So everybody have their own idea into this. But we're going to open up the phone lines. If y'all want to call in and give y'all thoughts about this, we will open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in, and I will post that number on the screen here. They say a lot of HBCU are privately owned, so tuition is very expensive, and they need desperately to upgrade their building. Yes, it's very expensive, but it's just very expensive, and a lot of them just outdated. They gotta upgrade their buildings, absolutely. And so I'm talking about like even Howard University got to upgrade, have to do some major upgrades. It's so many universities of HBCU got to upgrade. Some of them is on the verge of closing down because of they're not getting the resources. And a lot of the HBCU alumni, they're not donating at a high rate. You know what I'm saying? So I got the phone lines open up. Anybody want to call in and speak on this matter? Do you agree with the Supreme Court decision, 972-674-9462? Do you agree with it? They said they don't want to get an education if you don't go to college and need loans. You need to spend most of your life paying them back. They said, I'm guessing we can't be happy for others. They said student loan debt cancellation benefits everyone like I'm confused. They said, while the Democrats playing checkers, the Republicans are playing chess. They are playing massive political chess. They thinking 5-10 moves ahead. And Democrats, because you got so many coalitions in the Democratic Party, they ain't on one accord. The Republicans is on one accord. You have a celebrity alumni and you would think they will donate. Yes, they literally, they're on one accord. They're getting things done. And Democrats, they're playing massive catch up. And it will literally take them decades to catch up, to gain ground. They said, you have a celebrity alumni and you would think they would donate money. You would think so. So this is really, really something, you guys. So now we're going to see more effects of this in the future. But I had to talk about this on this show because everybody was blowing my phone up and said, Wiley, did you hear about this? I said, yes, I heard about it. Yes. I text the guest. He could come on, but he was calling me this morning before he was able to get his hair twisted. I said, I used to pay my student loans faithfully for years, but now they can kiss it. Biden talk about lowering payments from 10% to 5% cap on income. Yes, I do believe he needs to make it as low as possible and make it at 0.5%. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that piece, but make it as low as possible because what Biden doing, he's trying to compromise because he's so conditioned in the institution. He's not willing to like disrupt the system like a President Trump. He's literally so conditioned. I'm a traditionalist. I'm really like, I'm not that liberal, you know. I could work with Republicans, you know. I don't want to disrupt the procedural thing, the agreement, what I made. So what he's trying to do, he's trying to compromise. I understand that. But that's what he's trying to do. But my thing is this, you know, make it no interest. If you make a certain amount, less than $75,000, you ain't got to pay no interest. No interest payments. He can legally do that. No interest payments. He could do it. But will he do it? We're talking about President Biden here. We're talking about President Biden. Okay? Democrats always want to collaborate, but the Republicans don't give a. They believe in power. Republicans, their main focus, power. And that as 18-year-old trying to go to college at HBCU, I had to get into the military to pay it off. Yes, Wiley, but these capitalists, they don't care. It's about power. And that's something African Americans didn't understand. It's about power. You got to understand that. That's what it's about. It's about power. Okay, so we are here. They said once again the PAC court has discriminated. Congressman Maxwell, he is the youngest Congress person in Congress right now. He said this quote: "Once again, the PAC court has discriminated against working Americans and student borrowers. Student loan forgiveness is legal. This court." Okay, we got a caller. All right, let's see. Okay, this court is inability to see that underscore an intent to prop up system of oppression that have kept education out of the reach for the poor. This isn't over. The President of the United States has more tools to help borrowers. I will continue to ensure swift action. Okay. The number is open. So if you're calling in, call in. So this is how it goes. They said, Wiley, you will always live with your mother because you can't live by yourself. That's a whole bold-faced lie. Okay. That's all. But when you don't have any children and baby daddy drama and baby mama drama, you can move freely around this country. When you went to school and you get a certification and a license where you can work any parts of the state as long as you get on their registry, you can do that. Some people can't do that because you got too many kids. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley. I'm really liking your multifaceted, topics that you're doing. I want to talk about the Supreme Court hearing.
Decision.
Law, yeah, decision. So I want to say for all of us who are online or who know people, we got to really vote. We got to be really invested in who's in our neighborhoods, who's our congressman, who's our representative, who is making the decisions and where we live. And also we got to pay attention to 2016, when people were voting, people were saying, oh, the lesser of two evils, I don't want to vote. When a man could put 4 people in there and they can make decisions for the rest of our life, we need to pay attention, because this is going to have a trickle down effect into work. All these diversity and inclusion, that's going to be gone. It's going to be gone, and you're going to have people starting to look, well, we don't really have to hire them. They might have the credentials, but I don't think we have to hire them. You gotta pay attention, because it's going to be happening. It's going to trickle down into people working in tech and into government, and Black people are going to be more affected. Just imagine, our forefathers died.
Oh, okay.
Protecting you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So gotta pay attention. This is really, it's disheartening. It really is. It just took us back.
It's very disheartening, but people have to wake up, because when I was looking at this sector of YouTubers, we all, majority of us is all Black,
right?
That is in this particular sector. None of them are really speaking about politics. You know what I'm saying? They're not.
You're the only one.
and it's going to be some decision that's going to start affecting us as YouTubers, how we make our money. Because
YouTube can be discrimination. They could discriminate against you guys.
They could discriminate, and then it's a lot of different. That's why you have to speak up now and educate your people, because you know what I'm saying. This could have helped if many people could have got their student loans cancellation. That make them donate more, send more super chats, send more cash out.
Right.
It help our bottom line. But a lot of you, their condition. Well, I'm making my money. Yeah, you're making your money right now, but that can all cease tomorrow. So you have,
they don't think they're going to be affected.
They don't think they're going to be affected. They're just sitting in that penthouse. Oh, who cares? And then when when the bottom fall out, then it's going to be too late to speak up, because you already screwed.
And that's just like Black artists in the music industry. When we had like issues back in the 60s or in the late 80s and the 90s, rap was the movement. They had something to say. But a lot of people are in their glass houses thinking, I got my money. This is not going to affect me. Okay. Y'all going to go overseas and do what? Have your yacht, have your Swiss bank accounts while people are being affected? That ain't going to work. And I'm glad that you're probably like one of the only YouTubers that is covering this topic, because everybody is not doing that. They feel like they're not going to be affected. But please pay attention. In your job, start to look and start to pay attention to how people treat you, how things are done, especially with HR and diversity inclusion. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay, I just want to make sure. Yes. Thank you. Sarah said, I'm glad you cover political topics. Absolutely. Because I have to cover it, because it affects our daily lives. Cardi B and Nicki, that don't affect my daily life. But a decision like that affects my daily life. What will stop the court to say, well, it's against my religion to serve African American people? What if that goes to the court? Or Lovey versus Virginia, it's against the constitutional right to do interracial marriage, overstates the state's authority. It's a violation of the Constitution. What would stop them? You can challenge anything. What would stop them from saying, hey, it will hurt a lot of interracial couples? So we have to pay attention to this, because the Supreme Court is definitely letting you know that it stops there. They're the highest court of the land. That's the Supreme Court. And the Republicans know this. And they only did it because they were doing something to help benefit Black and brown people and LGBT people. So they was like, oh, and they here for life. So that's why anytime they nominate a judge, they be on it. They be on that. And that's why they fought really hard to get Trump in there, because he was going to do what they want to do. To the point, President Obama could have nominated somebody, but the Republicans like, we're not going to hear this nomination. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until we get another president in order to nominate. That never happened before. He was still the president. But they said, we don't care nothing about that. We got the power. Because it's an election year, we're going to nominate somebody else. We're going to wait until the new president is installed. Then and only then we are going to hear your nomination. Republicans, they have showed their true power. So, no, we don't have to do that. We're going to wait. We're going to wait until the next election. And President Trump, he said, you should wait until the next election. Believe me, wait. I'm going to elect one of the toughest conservative ever on the bench. And they listen to Trump. You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell you that, when it comes to that, when I literally tell you that, they understood power. We talking about power here. They didn't play that, let's negotiate, let's compromise. They said, hell no. We're going to wait until after this election. And they waited, and Hillary Clinton lost. Now, it's many factors why Hillary Clinton lost. Hillary Clinton did not, let's be real, back in 2016, she did not do enough to give to Black-owned media, to give to Black organizations. Hillary Clinton, I know you try to hear that. All you had was white folks with computers, all your white political people, they don't know Black people. You rarely had Black people. And then at the end, you wanted to throw money at Black-owned radio, Black-owned media. You just throw money. But you should have did that day one. In order to understand Black people, you must have Black leadership and Black people on the ground. Didn't do it. So yes, you lost. It's because your base, you did not do enough to talk to your base. You had those white college students that never lived in the hood, never lived in the inner city to work on your staff, and then close the end because you knew you was losing. Let's just throw some money, let's throw it up in the air and see where it landed, and it landed nowhere. If you know you got to get Black people to vote for you to win, you must have millions upon millions, up to $1 billion, into organization that will knock on doors to encourage Black people to vote. You got to do that. Democrats, you got to start giving Black-owned media their fair share of the ad dollars. Because we talk to Black people every single day, all day, every day. We know Black people. But the thing is, with Black-owned media, we're tired of being sharecroppers, of doing it for free. We want to get paid like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News, so we could be able to hire a lot of more people so we can have a bigger infrastructure. But y'all don't give us enough money. Y'all wait to the end and give us a piece. But we want the entire crust, the entire pie. We want to, if not the entire pie, a big old slice. Because without Black people, there is no Democratic Party. You can close the door and shut it. And Democrats, y'all fell asleep at the wheel because Republicans is like, oh, wait a minute. Black men. We can chip that with Black men. Black women, we can't really infiltrate them yet, but we showed, because Black men like authority. Black men like masculine energy. Black men like President Donald Trump. So what we going to do, we're going to start giving DJ Academics a deal to go on our conservative platform. We're going to give this person a deal, Black. We're going to cater to and really speak to Black men. To the point, Black men used to be up there. Now they're dwindling down to the 80-some percentile. If they drop to 70 to 60% to support the Democratic Party, they will never win another presidential election. They too busy sitting down. And if President Biden don't do nothing to focus on Black men, you can forget about the next election cycle. You're going to see, mark my words, how they cater to Black men. Really cater to them. They're going to come at them hard. And if they get black people to stay at home, they win the election. Or if they get them to not vote at home, they stay. Or if they get them to vote Republican, they will win the next cycle. Because they're coming for black men. They have been losing black men support every election cycle since Hillary Clinton on down. It's been trickling down. And so they're playing the long game. They said, wait, some black men are very conservative. We're going to talk to them. They love DJ academics. We know he ain't going to talk about politics, but we got all this data. So you're going to be start seeing emails about Republicans, ads about Republicans, because you are on a conservative website. So while you subscribe and watching DJ Academics, you on our platform, all the ads, we going to indoctrinate you with so much conservative values, you're going to be start picking up our talking points. And you're going to start voting for us. So for President Biden, he needs to start, he got to be bold. And I'm talking about bold action that make people in the hood understand. All right? We're going to legalize marijuana. I'm proposing a bill to make cannabis legal. And we're going to add in the bill, if you have a conviction of marijuana, we will wipe it clean. We will release you out of prison. If it's with cannabis, we will release you. I'm getting everybody out that had cannabis on their record. I'm going to pardon you. If it was just cannabis, if it was non-violent, just with cannabis, I'm going to let you out of that. I'm going to propose a bill to give you your voting rights back, to allow you to vote. He's got to have bold action. If he don't, he will lose. Because already you got Ron DeSantis passing bills and dominating Florida. So this is what's going to happen in the next election. If President Biden don't do enough to talk to black people and cater towards that base, he's going to lose them. Because Republicans, they're smart. They said, oh, let's bust these migrants up to Chicago, New York. Because we know where they're going to house these migrants. They're going to house them in black neighborhoods. And I know they're going to eventually commit some crime, because we're not going to give the city the funding, because we Congress. We got the checkbook. We ain't going to give them nothing to help them. We want this to be a crisis. We want these migrants to rob black people. And then it's going to start happening. You're going to see migrants start robbing black people, taking them out. Fox News is going to talk about it. CNN going to talk about it. It's going to discourage. And then Republicans going to be saying, look at what Biden done. They're putting them in your schools, in your neighborhoods. Ma'am, come up on the stage here. They're going to get a black woman black. Tell them what happened. They came and they robbed me and they didn't speak no English. They don't even live in this country. They robbed her. She go, I'm going to just tell you how they're going to play this. They're going to pin black people against the migrants. And they're going to say, it's President Biden's fault. And then President Trump, when I was president, I wanted to build a wall. A big, beautiful wall. They didn't come and flood your neighborhoods. When Sleepy Joe Biden got in office, they're flooding your neighborhoods. And already your schools are no good. They're closing your schools. And guess what? They're allowing them to live in your neighborhood, to live in your school. I want to build a big old beautiful wall. And black folks, when I went to City Hall, they kept saying, build the wall. Trump 2024. They were screaming Trump. Black people that have been voting Democrat for decades were screaming Trump, because Republicans is like, we're going to do this. We're going to apply so much pressure to these black mayors that they're going to be demanding that President Biden do something, because we're going to disrupt their budget. We're going to apply so much pressure on their budget that they're going to start doing our dirty work, going on the news and say, President Biden must do something about this immigration problem. It's bankrupting our city. That's why they shipping it. And you ain't saying nothing. They're going to send more thousands. Closer it get to next year in the primaries, you're going to see busloads and busloads and busloads and busloads. They're going to keep doing it. Apply pressure because it's going to dominate the news sector. So it'll make it easier for Trump or Ron DeSantis or whomever to have their immigration policy. And they're going to be speaking to Black people and say, this is why you got to vote for us, because if we were in charge, they will not be in this country. They will be deported immediately. They will be out of your neighborhood. And those are going to be the answer. And I'm telling you, it's going to, but I've seen it happening here in Chicago already. Let's go. Let's answer this phone really quickly. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show. Hello, you live on the Wiley Show.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
Thanks for taking my call. So, explain to me if you can, and you have to do research on it. That's fine.
Okay, you speak up in the phone. I think you got your headphones in your ear.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Is this better?
That's much better. Go ahead.
Okay. Explain to me this, and if you have to do research, I understand. You know, everyone says, get out and vote, you know, for the president. Get out and vote. But I always thought it was the electoral college vote that got the president in. So now, let me just state for the record, I vote local, and I vote for the president. But how does our vote matter for the president if the electoral college decides who's president? Thank you.
Well, the electoral college actually, they vote, those people, they vote for what the popular vote. They honor that. And so they honor that. But President Trump, they tried to change that and said, well, let's change the rules. And the Supreme Court said, no, we're not going to change the rules. Because what President Trump had to do, it was a theory, election, and I need somebody that's more educated in this, but when they try to make it seem like give the state more authority with the vote to kind of change the rules that they wanted to do, and the Supreme Court said no. So President Trump tried to usher in a very dangerous law that could have destroyed the democracy and leave it to the states. But technically, they don't have to honor it. So that's why Republicans are trying to change laws and apply pressure for them. They don't have to honor that. I'm telling you what these Republicans are trying to do. So again, I'm going to bring somebody in that can really break that down, because technically they don't have to honor it. They have been doing it for history. But Trump and those MAGA supporters, they're saying, you don't have to honor that. Go against what they're saying and vote this way. So they're trying to challenge. They're trying to get it to the courts. They're trying to challenge. It went up to the courts recently, and the Supreme Court, shot something down, and they're calling it Trump election theory, controversial election theory. But of course, the Supreme Court shut it down. That ain't gonna stop them from trying to do stuff on the state level. Even in Texas, you see right now, they're saying that the Secretary of State they're trying to give him the right to overturn Harris County election, to challenge their election, to change it. They don't agree with it, we're just gonna change it because Harris County is blue. It's in Houston. It's a blue county, one of the largest county in the state, and it's run by Democrats. And they're trying to pass a law to give the Secretary of State authority to change the rule. This is what they're doing. This is what these Republicans are doing, because Democrats in Texas, the DNC, the DCCC, they're not putting enough resources to encourage Democrats to vote Democrat to turn Texas blue. And they can't. Texas is fair game. But the thing is, Democrats sit at home. The people with power, they're not putting enough resources. They don't have enough nonpartisan organizations knocking on doors to encourage people, and they can literally switch the power just like that. It is so many Democrats from California, from Chicago, from New York, all of that can literally switch Texas overnight. But you got to be willing to put the money so you can pay those organizations to be on the front line to encourage the people to vote Democrat, if that's what you want in houses. You got to be able to do that. That political thing could definitely happen. And the last candidate that ran, he dropped a blueprint. He was in parts of Texas that Democrats typically don't go. So you have to pick up with that person when he ran for governor in Texas. You got to pick that blueprint up and expand upon that and go to each part of Texas and knock on doors so you can bridge the gap. The difference, the reason why that particular candidate lost, I forgot his name, when he ran against the governor of Texas, he kept trying to take away the guns. That's an unpopular message in Texas because they love their guns. So I won't even talk about that. But what I will talk about in Texas is legalizing marijuana. I will never talk about taking away your guns. It's a very unpopular stance. It's not, you won't win that argument. It's too indoctrinating the system. So I'm going to pick another issue that a lot of Republicans can get behind because I know they're getting high, and I know a lot of Democrats get high, and a lot of independents smoking a blunt. So I'm going to make sure that one of my messages, I'm not going to touch abortion. Beto should have said legalizing marijuana. That's a simple message. Cannabis, make it legal and do it. And say, everybody in here, if it would be legal today to smoke weed, would you do it? Yes. Well, vote for me, and I will propose a bill to make it happen to pass cannabis in this state. That's a beautiful message. We ain't gonna talk about no abortion. That's too controversial. The one message I know that a lot of people can get behind is smoking a blunt. Make it simple. Under me, you can get high as you want to get. We're gonna legalize marijuana and talk that message. Legalize it, and then economics. Look how many jobs it's gonna bring to Texas. So I'm just telling you, that is what you can take that and say, they want to legalize marijuana. Who do I'm gonna vote for him? And you go to those barbershops, you go to those conventions, you go to those festivals, you speak to people, you go there, you go at it hard. Say yes to me, and that will be yes to legalizing marijuana. And Biden can't have to remove it from the drug list and work backwards on it. He can definitely do it. But these Democrats, they're sleeping at the wheel. I look at it like, what would make me leave my house? You say legalizing marijuana, I'm there, especially in Texas. You got a lot of people from California that in order to get them out, oh man, because it's legal in California. I live here now. I want to keep on smoking. I want to do it legally. I want to smoke. So I'm going to vote for this person, and I'm going to donate to your campaign. And then those donors that are cannabis friendly will donate to your campaign. Donate to your campaign. You can hire more people to get out your message. And Republicans, they will look outdated. Oh, we don't want to do marijuana, smoke marijuana. Then you're going to ask them and put him on him in that wheelchair. Okay, sir. So you're telling the people here in this great state of Texas that you've never smoked a blunt? And see his answer. That's how you do it. They'll be the biggest industry. But these people, they don't listen. Maybe I should go back to Texas and run for governor. That would be my message. Smoke some weed. And then when he roll up in that wheelchair, then you challenge him and say, sir, are you telling me you never smoked a blunt? Have any of your family ever smoked a blunt? Yes, under me, that family will not have to go to have anybody went to jail for smoking a blunt. So you put him under the docket. Because Republicans smoke too. I'll talk to the Republican. Hey, Republican, how you doing? Y'all like to smoke some weed? Yeah, I like to. You want it legal? Yes. And see, that's how you do it. And see, that's how you get the change. It's something new for that particular state. And a lot of those candidates, just like Stacey Abrams, she should have legalized cannabis. She should have preached that. She kept preaching I said, don't do that. Preach legalizing cannabis because you need Black men support. And if you preach that, they will come and follow you. You were preaching something they don't agree with in the first place. A lot of Black people, a lot of white people, a lot of independent, a lot of people, period, love to smoke cannabis. Okay, how conservative you are. You rolling up that blunt and putting that fire to that blunt. If we would just criminalize it, will also. So I'm just saying, like, it could definitely happen in there, okay? Because it was at one point alcohol was forbidden. A lot of people don't think alcohol wasn't always legal. They used to be illegal, and then people started an underground. They started, a dark world of selling, malt liquor, and liquor off the side underground. But that was one way it was prohibited to legally sell liquor in this country. So if you go back to your history, you correct me if I'm wrong. Drinking alcohol, liquor was illegal at one point, and that was very legal. Tell me what change won't do. All right, let's go to our next topic here. We just had to talk about that. Let's move on to our next topic here. Now, we got to talk about this when it comes to Jonathan Major. Jonathan Major is a guy that, number one, he's in a major situation, right? One of the ladies, it came out some stuff that she's under investigation because they said it's a video to prove that she did something to Jonathan Major. Then they got other cases they're saying that Jonathan Major did something to them on a movie set. But I can say that it's up to the courts now. He have already lost jobs and opportunities, so he have to fight for his life in the courts. And if the courts say he's not guilty, a lot of jobs he will be able to get back. Of course, his reputation will be harmed, a lot of jobs to get back. But to save his reputation, he definitely have Megan to be on his side. He got Megan to be on his side. And then also that kind of helped him. And if he get married to Megan, that's more good publicity. Like he will be able to get some A-list sprinkle on him. And so that's why a lot of people start criticizing him like that. So, but a lot of people, unfortunately, they just take what the media says very dangerous, because we got to wait till we get all the details and all the facts in every case, even the whole case that happened with the young woman out in Chicago, her son. The media put out one narrative, and that found out that wasn't to be true. So how we know this narrative they put out about Jonathan Majors is not true? You know what I'm saying? So we will see how this is going to play out with Jonathan Majors. We will see if the court's going to, if he say not guilty. And if the court say he's not guilty, they need to give him all his jobs back. If he's not guilty, he needs to get everything back. All the action figure jobs, he needs to get it back. And if he's guilty, his career gone. Let him go to prison. But if he's innocent, give him his job back. Give him his job back if he's innocent. If they do a not guilty, he needs to get all the job, because we did it to that white man. What was the white man? His wife said he did all this. He was losing stuff. Then he sued her and won, and they gave him all his jobs back. And he donated the settlement money to charity. What was the man's name? It was a white couple. It was a white actor, a major white actor. He used to do pirate movies, I believe. And the wife said he did something to her, did something to him, and he sued her and won. And they restored him back in Hollywood. They allowed him to get jobs back in Hollywood. So if they could do that for him, they could do that for Jonathan Majors. Okay? I'm just saying, because he did an incredible job in Creed 3. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we will see how this is going to play out in the future when it comes to stuff like, Johnny Depp. Thank you, Johnny Depp. Because Johnny Depp was in a whole deep issue. And then what did Johnny Depp did? Okay, wow. Okay. He fought it and he won. Because America is always harder on blacks. Always. But you have to use the same system and fight it. You have to use that same system and fight it immediately. Fight the system. Let me see. I see Johnny Depp. They say he's dating Megan Good. They said, if he didn't do it, which I highly doubt he didn't do it, then restore him. I say restore him if he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to be very careful how we just prejudge people. And of course, I've done prejudge people all the time. And then I want to say that, I didn't got the lady picture up. I think I deleted the lady picture. I did. So just like Lovelyti was talking about the lady of Katrina Hood, was talking about, the lady in Chicago. And she was agreeing what I was agreeing with at first. Then the details came out. She stopped agreeing with it. And Lovelyti said something so plain on bad. She said, I just looked at what the story. I said the same thing. Of course, we got it wrong. I got it wrong. I'm like, okay, I got it wrong. But y'all ain't judging mainstream media. They the one that put out the lie about the black woman told her son, ordered her son to do. That's the lie that they put out. But y'all come hard on black on media, but we just go by mainstream media. Thank you, Lovelyti, because they supposed to be the fact checkers. They supposed to be all the way right. And they got the story wrong. Talk back to me in the chat. They got it wrong. I just repeated what they said. They got it wrong. And we just echoed what mainstream media. Right. They got a staff. They got producers. They got fact checkers. They put that narrative out. And then that narrative is still outdoing the narrative of her being released and her son being released. And when Lovelyti broke it down, that got the most views. And they said, you should have done your due diligence. The media is supposed to do their due. What more due diligence I could do? I don't have the resources like that. I don't. How dare you say I have the same? You stuck on stupid if you think I got the same resources as CNN and all of these at WGN. They got millions. Y'all don't even want to give $1 to the show. Resources. I have to go by what they say. What due diligence? They didn't put it out there. They put it out there. You gonna tell them to put out the due diligence. They got more views than what I have. They put the narrative out there. And she was locked up. Then when the dust settled, oh, she shouldn't have been arrested this quickly. They should have investigated, blah, blah, blah. Then they had to clean it up. But y'all ain't calling their phone. Do I believe everything the media said? No, I don't. But in this particular case, I believe that theory. I said, oh, she ghetto, ratchet, ghetto. Told us all to do. She so ratchet, ghetto. Yeah, I believed it. Do I believe everything that the media said? No. But in this particular case with the Christina Hood, I believed it. And so did Lovelyti. And so did Lovelyti. And Lovelyti is larger. And so did Lovelyti. Did I say her name already? Okay, I said Lovelyti name. Hello? Hello? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. Lovelyti report on it too. Give me 1 second, you guys, because this thing is not doing what it's supposed to do. Give me 1 second. I'm going to call that number back. Hold on 1 second. All right. Here we go. Give me 1 second here. Because somebody just called. Yeah, there we go. Because I think y'all can hear.
Please leave your message for
Okay.
81.
Okay, hold on. Wait, let me do it one more time. Because they called, and I want to make sure it's actually working. Because one person called in and it worked. But this call actually didn't work.
Please leave your message.
Oh, okay. I guess they called in accidentally. All right. But y'all don't know what y'all want to be better than the mainstream or not. It's not the better than mainstream. I never talking about being better than mainstream. I'm here to entertain you, period. I'm here to entertain you. There is nobody on the internet that tell the truth all the time. It's many people that get things wrong all the time. Let's make that clear. Nobody that you follow on this YouTube street, Beyonce, internet, the Lord's world, that get it right all the time. That's the case. God didn't have to send his son down here to be crucified. So obviously we was effed up because God had to sacrifice his own son if you believe in God. There is nobody that get it right all the time. Name one person in this sector that get it right all the time. I'm going to cross my legs to that. This is entertainment. Entertainment. When Denzel Washington, one of my favorite parts of the movie, he said, I'm reading the newspaper. Tell me a story. Because the guy kept interrupting. I don't have a story. You know why I read the newspaper? Because it's 90% bullshit. But it's entertaining. 90%, 95% bullshit. But it's entertaining. The reason why, let's bring her up on the docket here, because the spirit is just leading me to talk about this. Let's bring her up on the docket. Give me a second. Let me scroll down. Let me see if I can find her picture. Let me find her picture. Do I have her picture here? Let me find her picture. The reason why people follow Tasha K, because they know it's bullshit that she's preaching, but it's entertainment. Bullshit, but it's entertaining. Bullshit is entertaining. Well, Renee, it ain't dangerous because we ain't been sued like Fox News for billions. So you can hush and leave and go somewhere else. There's a lot of people that spew, if you want to use the word, there is no platform that don't spew no misinformation. Okay? The reason why people follow Tasha K is because it's entertaining and most of the stuff she spews is bullcrap. But it's entertaining. It's entertaining. Okay? And what Lovelyti has said, hey, I got the story wrong. Because the media got it wrong. But y'all ain't judging them. And y'all don't even watch Lovelyti. Y'all, what did she say? I don't know what she said. Because y'all ain't watching. Y'all want to throw that teacup, you ain't sipping nothing. Because you ain't watching. You ain't paying attention. You sleeping. You too busy. Lovelyti said out of her mouth, I got the story wrong. But the media put that narrative out. The woman was ghetto. She put the narrative out. Thank you for the $2.99. The woman is ghetto. All she did is she told her son that some ghetto behavior having your son being an assassin. But the media put it out there. And she played the media reports about what they said. I just repeated what the mainstream media, and she said something that was so true. They supposed to be the fact checkers. They supposed to be the fact checkers. I said, ooh, I'm going to take that from Lovelyti. They supposed to be the fact checkers. They supposed to be the fact checker. They supposed to get it all right. She said that last night. Because I was watching her show. She just not my cup of tea. All right. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. I'm sorry. Because I'm up there calling and the call dropped. Can y'all hear me? All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get this caller on, but it ain't working. All right. Can y'all hear me now? Yeah. I'm sorry, because I'm trying to get this caller on. All right. Anyway, but that's how that happened. So, I ain't shocked. Now, we're going to get into this next story, y'all. Let's take it down for a second. We actually got some more information on Tasha K. We'll talk about that another time. Let's talk about this story. You got two more stories. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna talk about this story really quickly. Let me do a screen share and post on my website. Screen share my website. Okay. Give me a quick second. I'm gonna screen share my website, wileythetroll.com. Okay, wileythetroll.com. Here we go. So I posted this on the internet. This story have literally went viral on my Facebook community in Dallas. It is the hottest story on my website right now. And this man that you see on the screen here, Jalen, arrested for beating up a 65-year-old man. His victim is on life support. In this article, this man literally beat up a senior citizen. The guy bumped his car, from my understanding, is on tape. The guy was trying to defend himself, pulled out a weapon because he's trying to defend himself from Jalen. Jalen literally beat him up. They recorded it. A black woman said, "Please stop hitting him." "Oh no, he's dead. He's dead." She cried. Then Jalen decided to beat him up again, punched them all in the head. Boom, 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 boom. Beat him up. And this happened a day before yesterday. Jalen went all online, started talking about it, said, "I'm going to beat up your grandma," start bragging about it and all of that. And then this is what his daughter said, the victim's daughter said this. Okay. This on wileythetroll.com. Give me a second while y'all see that. She said, "Now all of a sudden, everybody that was laughing yesterday want to feel bad for my papa. When it was just a joke yesterday, and to see all the disgusting comments of y'all agreeing and praising Jalen for beating up my papa shows that a lot of y'all really need help. Here's an actual update on how my papa is doing from what the doctors have told me to clear up all the confusion. Quote, he is not dead. I've been with my papa all night. They have him sedated to calm his body down. His vitals are good, but he has experienced seizures back to back due to the injuries caused to his head that is affecting his brain and damage arteries leading to his brain. But trust me, he will push through. I serve a God that is a way maker, miracle worker. I know for a fact God is working through him right now, healing and restoring him." And of course, he had been arrested that's for y'all could definitely see it. Y'all can see it. What the world? Give me a second here. I gotta log out of some stuff here. Let me do that. All right. So this computer's kind of freezing up. Anyway, we're gonna make it do what it do. So he was arrested. Okay. Black male, born 1996. His booking number, booking date. He was arrested. And his bond, I blotted that out. His bond is $250,000. $250,000. So let me log out of that. Okay, we can't do the most screen sharing because y'all, this computer said, you overpower me. So let me log out of this so I could just let StreamYard play. So me and Jalen have been associates, right? He was a guest on the Wiley show. He was arrested maybe a couple of months ago. He got probation. And men were cool because he said, Wiley, I need you to teach me how to do Facebook. I need you to teach me how to do YouTube so I can be monetized. Because I was telling him, I said, you get thousands of people to tune into your Facebook shows, but you're not monetized because it's too vulgar. And you're trying to smoke weed, pulling out weapons. I said, you need to polish it up. You still got the fans. So I had some suggestions. I wanted to produce a show. So I said, I want you to work with me on Two Man and a Lady. I interviewed him because his baby mama exposed him of being DL, exposed him of having HIV, exposed him of being DL and all this type of stuff. She posted his HIV results. She thought she had HIV, and she just exposed him all over, him being DL. He got 2 beautiful sons. The baby mama exposed them all in Dallas. So it's if you type in Jalen exposed, you will see all type of stuff that she exposed this brother about. Anyway, so she exposed the man all over the Facebook street, just exposed him out the closet. And said he had HIV. And of course he does have it because he came out and said he had it because another person he slept with said he gave him HIV. He didn't use no condom, etc. It's all his business out there in the street. So we was going to bring him on Two Man and a Lady. Because after we interviewed him, he said, oh, man, you get paid to do this? I said, yes. I said, I don't get paid to do Facebook, but I get a lot of views. I said, you get more viewers than I get on my YouTube, but you can't monetize that. It's difficult to monetize that because they take down some of the videos. You smoking weed, you waving weapons, that you can't monetize that. But there's other alternative that you can do to do it. So I said, I had a show, Two Man and a Lady, and I want to bring you on to be the man of the show. And so we want you on the show because I said you have a demographic, you have a lot of fans, you bring them on to that, and we polish you up, and you get into commentary. Still be yourself, but be a little bit different. Don't be as aggressive, right? And then we do a live show on members only and all on Zoom, blah blah blah. We had an amazing plan. We had a contract we was going to write, we was going to pay him, etc. It's going to be great. It's going to be dope. I had the whole plan laid out. Had a storyline between us. We was gonna date. We was gonna fall out. We was gonna do this and blah blah blah. I was gonna cry, want her back. We was gonna take over the internet and literally make a bag. We recently just talked maybe about 2 weeks ago about him coming on doing Two Man and a Lady. I said, hey, I'll be back in Dallas in July. Come and do the show in person with me. You could do the show as well. So I get this update. People kept blowing, hey, Jalen in jail. I said, oh, no, he ain't. I just talked to this man like a week or two ago. Like, what happened? It was a big old fight, and the man is dead. Just the people kept texting me. I said, okay, let me do some more digging. So I found his daughter page, found the victim's daughter's page, and I found his nephew page. They said my nephew, my uncle's not dead, my dad is not dead. He's on life support. So I got more information. Then there's this fat woman, his friend, which is under investigation with Child Protective Services because she was drawing weapons on video, doing drugs while her kids was in the house, and she got into it with Sky, another Dallas person, and they started reporting her to Child Protective Services. So she's under investigation with Child Protective Services because you see drug use, all pipes and stuff being shown all on Facebook video. Of course, she took it down, but that one before they screen recorded and sent it to Child Protective Services. And she waving weapons. So she decided once Jalen was arrested yesterday or day before yesterday, she decided to go Google and say, it's legal for 2 people to fight. They dragged her, call her fat back. They just dragged her for filth. Started reporting her to Child Protective Services, sending it to her because she's under all this deep investigation. So all of this stuff is out. They even took a picture of Jalen because he got into it with a guy named Sky in Dallas, took a picture of him with dirty feet, posted that all on the internet. And they was ready. It was about to be a big old fight, but he was arrested like a couple of hours later because of the incident that he did to that old man. And they arrested him with a $250,000 bond. He got a bond, $250,000, and he's on probation. Okay. So, and people said, did you sue? No, baby, it's all on the internet. Y'all need to click on the article. Who just sent me something on Facebook? Talking about, did I snitch on them? You ain't read the article. Because let me see if I need to block this person because I don't think they read the article. Because they didn't read the article. They didn't see the video. Yeah, you ain't see the video. It's all on the video. You go and click on that article or read it, go see them videos. It's all on there. Play by play, beating them up, him bragging about it. Him said, did his fans, because he's very popular in Dallas. And they started recording. Everybody was recording different. It's so many angles of this fight. It just showed that he literally severely hurt this man. Severely hurt him. Severely. And so when I put it out there, it literally went viral. Like, people are sharing it. They're talking about it. And I just got an update from my website. They said, your ratings is booming. Your ratings is booming. And Terry said the video is bad. So that's what happened. I'm just saying that what you're saying. So that's what happened. So we reached out to the daughter last night. We are praying for the family. And it's on the site. Let me post it again so y'all can see it on the site because I pinned it. Let me post it one more time so y'all can see it. Okay. All right. Let me post it right there. And I already shared it to my community wall. There we go. Just click on it and read it. And subscribe so when we put articles on there, you see it first. So, really something. And so I came out, I said, yes, he should serve time in prison for what he did. And if he croak up out of there, I believe Texas got the death penalty because that was wrong for what you did. And then you bragged about it. You bragged. Kikiing and laughing. I beat up your grandma. Yeah, I did. And I walked away. He said on his, let me see what he said on his page. Give me a second. He said, let me see. Let me go to it. He said, I did that. I walked right over him. That's what happened. And he put it out there. Is he on drugs? Oh, yes, he's on drugs. Yes. Yeah. He's on drugs. Give me a second. Let me they said, hey, I saw your thing about Jalen. I want you to get I want to get your response on that. You got to come on the show and talk about it.
About what, Jalen?
Yeah.
On what show?
On the Wiley show. I'm Wiley. So I saw your post and I just posted on your wall because you know he's been held on $250,000 bond right now. So I want to get your thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? He's not dead. The victim is not dead. Of course, he's severely damaged.
He's not dead yet.
No. But I want to hear your thoughts because I got a feeling you got something that you want to share.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me know what time you want to come on. It's just up to you.
Okay. I'll let you know.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. They said, what if he? Yeah. So you know, it's a crystal meth. Yes, it's like a huge epidemic in Dallas with that crystal meth stuff. It is. They said, you know, it's really, really something. And this, like I said, he always in trouble. Like, but this is more serious. This is more serious. And I do feel for the family. I do feel for the family. All right. So I just had to put that out there. It's on the website. And like I said, it's doing really good right now. Because they said, well, we're going to discuss. We already discussed that. That's what we're talking about. Let me drop you a link. Did you see the video? That's what I was discussing. I was discussing that. Yes. And so that is something, man. But you can't commit these crimes and broadcast it and think you should get away with it. And then you're doing that over and over and over again. And then you brag about it. Over and over and over again. And you brag about it in different camera angles. Different camera angles. He needs to be joining Tasha K and being in federal prison. No, state prison. Tasha, federal. Jalen, federal prison. If I was a judge, life. Life. Literally life in prison if I was the judge. Life. Life in prison. Give me a quick second here. I want to make sure that everybody aware of what we're talking about. Somebody type in Jalen need to go to jail. Jalen need to go to jail. And I got to tell y'all about something. Let me get this person on because he always be sending me stuff about other YouTube, but he never sent stuff about my show. He this close of getting blocked. I'm gonna ask him, and if he say no, he blocked today. Do you promote the Wiley show to other bloggers? If he tell me no, he blocked. He better say yes, because if he say no, he blocked. I'm gonna ask him that question. If he give me an answer of no, he blocked. I'm gonna wait. So also while we're here, let's get into this public service announcement. So yesterday, we were aware of some mess that's going on offline. I want to read this statement that my team came up with because it came across my desk. And so I definitely want to read this statement. Yeah, Jalen needs to go to jail. So I want to read this statement that we wrote my team came up with last night. Because I don't do any of my writing and stuff. People does that for me. They said, at the Wiley Show, we take our responsibility for the content we share very seriously. We will not be held accountable for any offline interactions or relationship, regardless of whether they are initiated by a moderator or viewer. If disagreements occur between individuals in their personal life, please leave the Wiley Show out of it, as our sole purpose is to provide entertaining content that engages viewers and encourage clicks and views. Thank you for your understanding. We hope to continue to enjoy. We hope you continue to enjoy the Wiley Show content. Sincerely, the Wiley Show team. I don't care what goes on behind closed doors between you. If you fall out, it will be content. I'm gonna say it again. If you get friends, people, you can bring it, and y'all are bringing it to me. Y'all recording conversations. Y'all bringing it to. I'm being dragged by moderators. I'm just going to sit on it. And then when it get real low in content, then I blow it up and use it for content. I hear it all. But I don't say nothing because it's been real lit in the streets. I'm going to talk about that when it get real dry. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. Then I talk about all that with the receipts and the recordings. But I'm going to sit on it. Y'all sit down. Some of y'all moderators just dragging me for filth. And y'all are being recorded. Group chats about me. And they just send it to me. And I'm just acting like I don't see it. I'm not involved in none of that personal stuff. But I get involved. We could just bring it to the internet. They're going to tell me everything you say. These people are not your friends. Okay? They're going to bring it right back to Wiley. Everything that you do, it's going to come right back to, I mean, some tea of some stuff coming. They bring it right back to me. And I just take it. Oh, what? What? And I'm like shocked. Oh, no. Oh, what? Hey. I'm act real dumb. Y'all getting too personal. Some other people getting too personal. I said, listen, if you stay with somebody's sister or friend of the Wiley show, I'm not in the map. I don't stay with nobody. I stay with me. And it's just drama upon drama and mess. And they just waiting on Wiley. Is Wiley going to put their name in the title? No. When I get ready, I may. But not today. It'll be on members only where I get a coin for it. Probably. Depends. But don't put me in it. Because if you put me in it, all I know how to do is put some content. Y'all are grown. And some of y'all older than me. In mess. Taking it offline. It ain't going to stay offline. It's going to go right back to the source. I told y'all, get off them phones. They recorded you. They're going to come right back to Wiley. People that left the show sent me some information. And I'm just sitting on it, act like I don't know what is going on. And I'm going to sit there. You're going to call. It's going to spill out. I'm going to just sit there and let you do it. I'm talking about you on the phone, gossip offline. About Wiley. Other viewers. You want to be some content. I know you ain't strong enough. You ain't strong enough to do this. But y'all want to sit and be messy. And they ain't going to do nothing. They're going to come right back. It's a person right. All they do is just call and tell me what people are saying about me behind my back. And they call this phone. Zzz, 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 zzz. I already know what they call it for. They bring it mess. And I'm going to sit and take it all in because it's good. And I told this person, I don't trust a soul that followed this show. Trust these people. But I'll take it. I'm like, oh, no. Oh, really? Oh, you're going to do all the talking. And they send it right back to the Wiley show. They're going to send it to me. Because I'm the star. And then when I'm ready to clean house, you'll be gone and forgotten about. Till the end, we just going to keep it. This is going to be a good old episode. Good show. But when I'm ready to address it, because, you know, you got to think, I've been new about the Storm Monroe blocking me since 2018, 2019. I didn't even speak about it until about 6 months ago. I will hold on to something 5 years, and then today I talk about it 5 years later. It's when I'm ready to talk about it. And these people, they not coming to Vegas. Why? Because they broke. They ain't going no Vegas. You ain't got the money. Now, when these people said she borrowed money, he borrowed money, he done, they all this information out, and it's been sent to me. How can you go to Vegas? You ain't got the money. You ain't got the money for your hotel. You ain't got it. You ain't got to go. You can't afford to go. How you gonna get there? Where are these people leaking stuff about you? You in debt. You can't get there. And these people sharing some of y'all sharing some deep personal information, and they send it to me. Woof. And they're recording it, and it's all coming across Wiley's show desk. Because they're going to bring it to me. People that you think I fell out with, they send it all the evidence. They send to me, and I'm sitting and I'm taking it all. And it's going to be used for content. Y'all going to use it for content? I said, let's make a little statement. We ain't responsible for all that. Y'all going and stand with people that think y'all getting all that mess, and y'all in all that mess. I mean, these people dragging these people. I said, Wiley, I don't tell nobody to stay with nobody. I don't do that. Don't put Wiley in it. That's on your own accord. Don't put me in it. Don't put me in no mess. Some of y'all in some mess, and these people are just dragging you in the mess. I said, when you associate with Wiley, they gonna bring it back to Wiley. These people are not your friends. They ain't your friends. They ain't your friends. You gonna learn at the heart. They are not your friend. You telling your personal business to some messy folk, and they bringing it right back to Wiley. Any mess that go on, my text, I'll be looking in his phone, and they sending in real time. Text messages, DMs, recordings, group chats, secret group chat. It goes right back to me. And I just sit. And I sit there and I watch it. And I act like I don't know nothing. You telling strangers your personal business? And some of y'all telling y'all real deep secrets to strangers. You try to do what Wiley do, you ain't strong enough. Do you know once this go out, they're going to use you as content. You're going to be dragged for content. You ain't strong enough. You better keep your business to yourself. I'm telling these folks your business. They don't even know that. You can't do what I do. You ain't no public figure. You ain't no public. You ain't going to better hide because you ain't not no public figure. You ain't going to better hide them. These people starting cliques. And I see it all. And it all come across my desk. People that I fell out with, you think we fell out, they still sending me information. Why? Because I'm Wiley. One thing that I have, I'm still Wiley. I'm still somebody that they love to watch. And they're going to send me some mess. We're gonna drop no, while I'm dropping nothing. Until I get ready. Just know, Wiley knows. So they send it to my phone. Every day, they're going to send it right to Wiley. They're going to send it to Wiley. They're going to act like and send it all to Wiley. This happened before. This ain't the first rodeo. It was some moderators we had from another show. We modded them up. They brought their money. They got in mess. And I waited till they got into some mess. And I knew they was real a messy moderator. That's how I'm going to wait until they destroy themselves. So one particular day, this particular moderator called an old lady. He called her and started dragging her in the chat. They were cool. Then they fell out. Then he was minding on some other chat, dragging another chat. And then finally, early in the morning, ring. Oh, Wiley, is this the Wiley show? Yes, ma'am. Hello. Your moderator, such and such. And then she started showing me DMs of this person's children. I didn't want to see that. He said, oh, he started talking. And I'm taking it. I'm going to ask you, very nice. Ma'am, how old are you? 60-something years. And she's in her 60s. I said, are you gay or straight? I'm straight. I said, well, why are you talking to a gay man showing him your kids, y'all in there flirting? So first of all, I rebuke you. You rebuke me? Yeah, you know why I'm rebuking you? Because you too old and foolish calling me in this fall of this mess. You gonna get a rebuke. Because you should know better. You too old to be doing all that mess. I'll give you a pass if you was 23, but you 60-something years old. Get off my line. I haven't ate my breakfast. You haven't even donated. I rebuke you with your foolish self. Get off my line. And I rebuked her. You gonna get a rebuke. You calling me off something. This ain't got to do with no celebrity. That's your mess. And you want me to pick it. I ain't picking up nothing. It was another moderator being messy, flipping sides. We knew they was messy from day one. I'm going over to Armand Wiggins' show. And she thought she was going to go over there and troll him. And he cussed her out for filth. Thirsty B cussed out. And she wanted me to get in it. And I politely said, no. Because I'm saying, why are you over there? I was over there. I said, you was over there. Then Armand, because we everywhere, our people is everywhere, they sent some information that you were being over there being messy. And you got dragged. Then she got mad at me because I wouldn't defend her. No, I ain't defending you. You did all that. So you get cussed out. Why you going over? You know you ain't over there welcome. You was trying to flip-flop and got dragged. And you got cussed out. You came to Wiley. And pretty much tried to demand me to take, I ain't demanding enough. You don't donate. $5 ain't enough. I'm talking about, in order to get my financial support, I need your full 401k, I need you to go bankrupt to donate. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. I need to be able to get a house. I need to be able to get a house. Then you have my loyalty. Today, you get my loyalty for $5. Nope, that ain't enough. That ain't enough to even get me a full meal from McDonald's and an extra Sprite. I can't even get no chocolate chip cookies, no 2 apple pies for $5. But you went over there and you wanted me to pick up that. Nope. I'm not getting involved in that. That's not, I'm getting involved. All right, let's move on. Give me a second here. Whew. Y'all, it's a mess. All right, let's move on. I'm just sort of saying. They said dollar menu start at $189. Not the way I like it. I like chicken nuggets, 3 apple pies, 2 orders of chocolate chip cookies, and a pineapple smoothie. You can't get them for $5. No, you can't. Because I was about to say, yeah. So that's how that goes. So I see everything. I am aware. But I move on my time, not on yours. That's why you don't see certain individuals in the chat anymore. You're gonna never see them in the chat anymore. Because they in deep mess. And they just gotta stay. They done already been exposed. And they be trying to call my phone. I don't answer. Nope. You ain't getting me on the phone. You can send it in a text. Like my sources do. Text and record and send an email. And send it like send me the information. Okay. Well, your receipts. All right. Thank you. You calling my phone for it. People in deep mess. Y'all keep being messy. And then when it comes to the Wiley show, it's all gonna be in content. Just like we had another viewer, they thought they was gonna be welcome. They didn't have no dirt. They tried to do it. They had no dirt. Of course you ain't gonna be in the chat. You like mess. And you do mess offline. Because we have a number. Do you know how dumb you are? We have a 972-674-9462. Do you know people use that number and they send me stuff? They use it. And when you fall out with people, people tell you, this is what I love when people fall out. I'm going to say this and I'm going to go to that side. I like it when people fall out because that's when you really tell the truth. And I sit there and I don't say nothing. And I hear it. It all deposit in my mind. But I hear it. I hear it. And all you're going to do is be content. And I'm still going to have fun. Entertaining. This is what I do. And that's why people hit the number. Your number is 972-674-9462. That's the number. And people send me stuff all the time to that number. In conversations. So. Too messy. All right. And the reason why we don't do station, I was like, why am I giving y'all that for free? Anytime that goes on members only. So a lot of stuff be leaking on members only. You will get an idea of what's going on. If you really subscribe to them Zooms, you will see. And I do them Zooms on purpose. See, what Zoom is different than doing a members only recording. When you got Zoom, you see stuff on the Zoom. And if you subscribe and pay that $4.99 and watch them hours, you will see. Unless you just stuck on stupid. And I love it because I take it all in on the Zoom. I love it. I get a front row seat to it. As I tell members, you better not be missing them Zooms. And you got to become a member. So you're a member, you get access to the Zoom room. It goes down in the boom boom room. And when you become a member, give me a second. When you become a member, when you go on the Zoom, give me a second. I post a link in there if y'all want to become a member. It goes down on those Zooms. It goes down in those Zooms. People tell you how you really feel in those Zooms. Okay, I'm trying to. This laptop said nope. Like sometimes this laptop, let me see. It's plugged up. Oh, there you go. Let me post a link to the Zoom. Give me a second. Let me post what? They get right by the key. Every time I get it, they get right. Hold on, let me post the Zoom for a second. Give me a second. Let me post the membership. And we have over 95 members on the Zoom. And do you see 95 green symbols? No. And then with the Zooms, we have 95 members. We have people that are members as in top channels that are members. We have some YouTubers that are members, like some YouTubers, moderators for moderate big channels, they're members. They don't like to duplicate because we get it in over there on the membership. We really do. Hold on. It's right there. We get it in on them Zooms. It's unfiltered. We used to do that unfiltered on Station Air. We don't get a check for Station Air. We gonna play a little some songs. We ain't gonna. Why gonna say that's free? You ain't get nothing on Station Air. You better become a member. And it goes down on Zoom. Because Zoom, you can play recordings, great conversations. Sometimes people get into it with people on Zoom. People fall out on Zoom. People post personal information on Zoom. It all come out. And people that don't want to be seen, they'll wait till the recording is done and then get an email to them. These some good people. So if you want some, you gotta come on, babe. You gotta come on to the Zoom. It's very ratchet. If you hit highly offended, don't come to Zoom. Because all the moderators, most of them are members. Most of them are members. It's a mod that haven't been in the chat in over 4 years, but she sees everything. This what? Oh, actually, haven't been in there about 4 to 5 years. You haven't seen this mod, and you never seen this mod. It's been almost 5 years, but she knows everything. She knows every click. She knows everything, but you rarely see it because we don't say her name. It's a she. But you rarely see. You never see her in the chat, but she know all the clicks. She been here before when I was on the bus, on the train, when I was on Blog Talk Radio. That's how far this mod go back. And she know it all. And she tells me what goes on. And she tell it, don't block them, because you need messy folks like that. Just keep them close. You need them, because they're not going to never stop watching you, because you do some other channels don't do. You don't talk to the people. See, these other channels, the reason why a lot of these mods that used to mod begging to come back, because these other channels don't get personal with you, don't talk to you on the phone, don't talk to you on Zoom. I have an in-person relationship. Name another channel that will sit on Zoom with you for hours and have conversations. We'll meet you in a chicken place or the gun range. There is no, in this particular sector, they're not going to do that if it ain't no hundreds of people there. They ain't gonna do that. So you missed that. You're gonna go out there for a little while, but you're gonna miss that in-person relation. You're gonna miss that. You're gonna miss it. And that's why you can't stop watching, because over there, they don't do like what Wiley did. We going to Vegas. They ain't gonna meet their people with 3 people showing up. But we would do it. And have a fun with 2 people. Because they want the thousands. I meet and have a whole show, and them Zooms don't have 300 people in them Zooms. It'd be maybe 6 on a good day, 10, but we have a good show. Because I feel like if you can entertain 10 people, you can entertain 10,000. So, you know, it is what it is. See, I was never concerned about mods. That's great. Because I know mods, it's a non-paid gig. You could show up when you want to show up. What I was concerned about is the viewership, and that's increasing. More subscribers are coming. I'm not concerned about moderators, because you do it when you can do it, and you do it when you can't do it, and you do it when you can do it, you do it when you can't do it. And most of my old moderators, they like the beef sector. What? They love the beef sector. They only come, they love Wiley. But they love that beef sector. So when I talk about the beef sector, they're more engaged because I know what they like. They don't like the celebrity gossip Wiley. They like Wiley, but they mainly love the beef sector. Uh-oh. Did I say that? Yes, I did. They love the beef sector. They love the beef sector. A lot of y'all don't know what the beef sector is. So when I go take a little break, go to the beef sector, you see them old moderators because they love the beef sector. When I go over to Brianna channel, they be right over there. I know how to get to the car. I go right over to the beef sector. You love the beef sector. And when we in beef, you see them old moderators. You don't moderate because it's beef. Let's move on. Now, I just had to talk about that. Of course, we'll put the time stamps in there, of course. We talked about Jonathan. Now, this was Travis Scott. I want to say this about Travis Scott. I'm so happy that they did not arrest this man for a concert. Because number one, it was not on Travis Scott to go to prison because it is on the promoters. It is on the venue for allowing in the city to allow all of those people to go there. It was just too many people to go there. He is not the blame. He's the artist. So again, I'm so glad that they did not have him to go to prison. A little backstory, he had a big old festival. People got stunned. People died. They suffocated. And they tried to blame him to go to prison for it. No, that's stupid. Because the people that should go to prison is the fire marshals, the fire department, the city, and the state. They should be responsible for that, not Travis Scott, because it's their job to do crowd control. It's their job. It's the insurance company's job. They should have made sure, okay, it's too many people. It's a limit to the people that should be there. They had all of those people there, and they got combusted in all that heat, and they decided to do all of this stuff, and it hurt them, and a lot of them people stampede and got hurt and died. But that wasn't on Travis Scott. If anybody should be blamed for that, it should definitely be the insurance company, the state, the fire, especially the fire marshals. They're responsible for crowd control, and also City Hall, that city that they had it at. Not, let me say it again, not Travis Scott. And a 9-year-old boy was killed because of that. Do you hear what I'm saying? They were way over capacity. Way, when I say way over capacity, they were way over capacity. They were way over capacity. And what the city should have did, we got to shut it down. This is too much. Just too many people. But they didn't. And then they said, okay, let's just blame the black man. Nope. That black man said, no, I know my rights. He got a good team. The prosecutor proved it was a stupid case. And so many words, you should have blamed somebody else for that, not Travis Scott. I'm going to be real with you on that. Even though this destroyed his career, it did. It destroyed his career because it just disdained his career. You had Ben Crump suing. You had all these civil lawsuits. Nobody want to do festival. He's a security risk. I mean, insurance risk. Nobody want to insure him. You can't do events if the promoters can't get insured. You can't do festivals if you can't get insured, get all those type of insurance. No city will grant them a permit because of that. That's hurting his pocket. He not making his money with music. He make his money through festivals, through concerts. That's how he make his music. But now that he came out, that people, especially the little boy that was in the coffin, getting stampede, what good promoter or good venue with good common sense will say Travis Scott, they won't insure it? Meaning if something would happen, it's on the venue, so they cannot bring Travis Scott up. That's what made it that way. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And I'm just keeping it real. Now, is it fair? Yes, it's fair. Because what Travis could have did, he could have been like, man, he should have had his team. Like, this is too much. We got to pull the crowd back. It's too much. They didn't do it. And it hurt him in the long run. Now he's suffering. And now, if like somebody said he's doing iHeartRadio this year in Vegas, that's not a festival. That's like a concert where it's limited. But tell me, what festival is he doing? What festival? What massive festival? Is he doing Lollapalooza? Is he doing Chicella, whatever, all the festivals? Name them. Is he doing any of those festivals? Major festivals. Not award shows. Because that's limited of artists that go. I'm talking about festivals. Nope. I haven't seen him in a festival. Like these major festivals. He used to do a lot of festivals, a lot of concerts. It's not his concert. Right. It's difficult. Because for him to get this stuff for sure, he got to spend a lot of money. A lot of money. And a lot of money. And if he's doing iHeart, that's great. But his career is gone. That have severely his career. He have lost millions to the point the Kardashians are done with him. You know why they done with him? Because he ain't no more making no money like that. He ain't no longer making no money. Like, he made a lot of money with them. It was gigantic, 3-4 times. And I guarantee you, they're not paying the amount that he was making. I guarantee you that. And those lawsuits still going on. Yes. Somebody said, what about the lawsuit? In that position, his ball is rolling. And that's affecting his pockets. It affects his public persona. It did. It affected him deeply. He was hot. I mean, he had all of this fan favor. He was so popular. That went out the window. Now, you got to do Essence Festival. or those type of low budget festivals that ain't giving you the top dollar that you was getting before. Nothing against Essence, but they ain't giving you nowhere near compared to what money he was making previously. If he doing that, Essence. Because this crowd ain't no Essence Festival crowd. It's more like younger crowd. Wow. Just like what's the name? That woman, I forgot her name. She was a black woman out of Memphis. She got sued. They sued her because I think somebody got hurt at her concert. Yeah, I think so. I forgot her name, Glorilla, because I remember one of them concerts, it was over capacity and somebody got hurt. I believe that was the story that was leaked on TMZ, because I think we talked about it. Yeah, they going to sue. Anytime somebody passes away, that's a wrongful death lawsuit. It's a wrongful death lawsuit. All right. I just had to say that. But I think he needs to do gospel music. He's going to have to do a reinvent himself, like for real. Be an author, be a public speaker. He's going to have to look at another bag. I really do believe he needs to write a book. Honestly, a public speaker, author, a pastor, a preacher. He's going to have to reinvent himself if he want to make some money. Or a reality show. He could do a reality show, yeah, about how his career had overcome the rise and fall or something like that. I just wonder if they would sue him being found. Yeah, they would still sue him because civil court, the burden of proof in civil court is different than the burden of proof in criminal court. Only thing that you need in civil court, you just need the majority. You don't need everybody to make you liable. Like in criminal court, you must get, every juror must say guilty or not guilty. If they can't come up with that, then it would be a mistrial. In civil court, only thing you need is the majority of people. If you're liable and the majority say you're liable, you go like OJ. OJ lost in a criminal proceeding. He won in a criminal proceeding. He lost in a civil proceeding because the burden of proof is different in civil than it is with criminal. My last subject here, let's talk about Miss Strawberry. The Strawberry Letter. Now, this is her husband. This black, stupid woman decided to defend her husband. Now, this man is a pedo. He can't be around animals. He done some nasty things with animals. The judge said he can't be around animals. He can't be around minors, children, nor he can't be around Miss Strawberry children. Can't be around anybody with 18 years old, social media, phone calls, no nothing. He has some pedo material on his computer, and the judge said you can't be around no children and you cannot be in possession of an animal. Miss Strawberry decided to go to the courts and say he's a good man, he's innocent, he can stay with me, ain't nothing wrong with him. And she's just defending him. And this is a black woman that's on Steve Harvey's show. And Steve Harvey actually introduced her to this pedo. And it's just in a disaster. And she's standing by her man. I guess she feel like she can't get a man. And he hit it good, make me come very good. I'm an old lady. My time is almost up. My eggs is almost scrambled. And she's defending this pedo. Not surprised. You see Larry Reid's wife standing by that pedo. So why you think Miss Strawberry gonna stop being around her? Look at Nicki Minaj. She's standing around her husband being a pedo and married them and put him in a multi-million-dollar mansion, helped him get money to fight to get off being on the SO list. A lot of women is attracted to pedo because they feel like I'm old, I can't get nobody, I'm insecure, and I'm gonna stand by my pedo husband. And that's what happened. And it's more charges that is going to come up about this man. And Miss Strawberry knew that he was doing some fraud. He was doing credit repair services, couldn't do credit repair. That was illegal. Said he was going to fix people credit, took their money. So Miss Strawberry, she took She did a quick deed, meaning that they knew each other, so he took his name off the deed and she resold the house so they won't come after her money, her assets. So she knew he was a piece of crap, so she pulled his name off the deed. She pulled his name off the deed and literally sold the house to keep all of her money because he's not attached to that. And she's standing up for him. Had your dogs, had your cat, and had your birds. You better have them. You're going to put on that lubrication, wear that dog out. Going to wear that dog out. He going to play that song, let's get it on. Ah, woo, 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 woo. Let's get it on. Meow. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, bird. Chirp, chirp, chirp. He can't even be around no cow. No horse. He can't even be around no stallion horse. You think he wants your bread basket? He wants your poodle bread basket. I'm just saying. If this team are this so wide, you taking away. No, I'm attacking her and Steve. They all weird. Yes, I'm attacking it all. I'm attacking her because she married him. Stupid. Anybody named Strawberry is stupid. Let me just say it right there. Miss Strawberry, you need to change that name. You name after a fruit. Strawberry, writing a letter, eating a strawberry because your husband up there tearing up dogs, sleeping with her. Let's get it on. Meow. Let's, he go back. He was a criminal back in the 80s. Criminal. You mean, Miss Strawberry, you ain't do no criminal background check? You that desperate for somebody to go on that yoni of yours? You ain't do no criminal background check. Your name is Miss Strawberry. You've been in radio since before I was born. How dumb could you be? And you sat there and typed up that letter defending your husband. Throw her in prison. And she need to be off the radio. She need to be fired. Somebody else needs to be reading them letters and laughing at them Steve Harvey jokes that ain't funny. Defending your man, typed up that letter. Honorable judge, my husband didn't do nothing wrong. He innocent. I have not been under duress to write this letter. You stupid. Nevertheless, let's go to the phone lines. I think we talked about everything today. All right. Dumb. Did all that. They put the victim's name on the court. Now, of course, they blot out because this is dealing crimes against a minor. It's so sad. Animals. You know you got to be sick. You want an animal. I don't even like animals for pets. And you got to get in an intimate situation with a poodle? With a Rottweiler? You nasty. You need to be off literally. You can afford to pay. Understand the background. Let's put the number on the line. Anybody want to call in? 972-674-9462. That's the number. You want you a parrot? 972-674-9462. You got to be desperate for it. Ain't no, I mean, y'all pick the worst of the worst. 972-674. Let's see if y'all want to call in. Let me know. Anybody? All right, we're going to keep the lines open for about 2 more minutes and see if y'all want to call in, and we done. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so very much for being here. I want to say thank y'all. We're going to pick this down because we're going to be on it all day. Thank y'all so very much. Make a quick little announcement. Don't forget, Vegas is coming up. October 6th to the 9th. I already got my reservations. October 6th to the 9th, 2023. Going to be great. The Las Vegas meet and greet. That's going to be our meet and greet. October 6th to the 9th. Go send me an email if you want to attend. WileyShowProduction@gmail.com. And it's definitely going to be great. I would love to see y'all there. It's going to be awesome. See y'all there for another episode. Just another episode. Just being around me, you know. It's going to be a good old show. So again, you can email me, WileyShowProduction@gmail.com. It is send us email so you can get the hotel information. If you want to stay at the hotel, you don't. Some people don't want to stay at the hotel. That's fine. So you can stay wherever you want to stay, and we'll just give you information. So make sure you sign up so you'll know what we're going to do. And I'm going to put the email up one more time so you all can see it. WileyShowProductions@gmail.com. You can RSVP. Yes, RSVP. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so very much for that. We will see y'all later. God bless you and thank you. This is it. We will be back live soon. Just be on the lookout. I'm not going to tell you the time. We will make an announcement at a later date because it all depends on how juicy the tea goes on today. And if something pops, then of course we will go live. We also would like for y'all to go follow us on TikTok, follow us on our YouTube short, because sometimes we can't really rush to do a 3-hour video. We have to put it in 60 seconds. I want to also thank y'all for the Patty LaBelle video. Got almost 9,000 views. We got another video, YouTube short, almost got 5,000 views. So y'all are enjoying the shorts. Sometimes the shorts are outperforming the long videos. So we want to thank those people that have really been going out there checking out the YouTube shorts. We want to thank our new member for joining us. Thank you. And we also want to thank, as it's for the $2.99, we want to thank you as well. Okay. Also, members, we were doing a members only live on Sunday. We will be doing that members only live on Sunday. We will definitely see you all there, and I will let y'all know the time. This particular Sunday, we will be doing a members only live. We would love to see you all there. She would definitely need to stop doing strawberry letters to read OW. They said blue hearts. Thank y'all so very much. And make sure y'all subscribe. We've been on here for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. The Cash App is $Marquise Wiley 28. Marquise Wiley 28 is the Cash App. If you want to go to our PayPal, you can donate to our PayPal. That link is in the comments. And also, if you have any issues, if you would like to donate, you can always text us, and we will send you all of our information. 972-674-9462. If you want to send us any items to our P.O. Box, that's P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. That is P.O. Box 701122, Dallas, Texas 75370. And you can send some stuff there. Zelle, if you want to donate to our Zelle, that is wileyshow@gmail.com. That's WILEYSHOW@gmail.com. wileyshow@gmail.com is where you can send it via Zelle. Thank you. God bless you. Until next time. Peace.